Welcome to a critique of the Met Office climate change map, A 4-Degree World. During this video we will analyse 4 aspects of the map's design. The map was created by the Met Office with a purpose to inform people of some of the possible impacts of climate change. It's more of an introduction to the subject, building up a base level of knowledge for the user. The map is freely available, extremely dynamic, and consists of layers of information that can be toggled on and off. As we can see here, the 4 main critiques that we will be discussing in this video are the initial cluttering, temperature density base map, and both the highlighting and scale of the regions. Firstly, to the initial cluttering of the map. The first image that is shown is cluttered to say the least, with all layers of information being visible at once. This produces an initially high cognitive load for the user, being suddenly confronted with large amounts of information that they may be unsure about. As we can see from the screenshot of the map, the initial amounts of confusing information are particularly apparent around Central and Southeast Asia, where an extremely high amount of information is displayed at once. It hits the user too quickly without a chance to make the mental links necessary to control the workings of the map. Upon first looking at the map, the initial reaction is to turn off all of the layers before exploring. It would be far simpler for the map to show less information upon opening up and then allowing users to turn on layers themselves, dramatically reducing the workload. The next main point about the map is the particular strength of the colour used. A logical colour display of oceans and land being depicted in their respective light hues of blue and green would be inappropriate in order to communicate the desired effects clearly on a density map. This map is still very recognisable as a map of the world, but uses logical shades of yellow through to red in order to depict temperature change on a global scale. The oceans are depicted in black, which helps the continents stand out against the background. This allows for easy interpretation of the map without consulting the key. The use of isobars to depict the temperature rise across the oceans uses the same scale and therefore takes no extra effort in order to understand. Another positive aspect of the map is the highlighting of the information based on the actions of the user. For example, the tones of the colour that highlight or change upon the user's interaction. When the user interacts with an information button on the map, the specific circle which depicts the area of the case study becomes brighter, making it clear to the user both which category of information and specific area that they are interacting with, creating a clear visual hierarchy. This theme is continued upon the selection of more information when the background is dimmed and a text box of the corresponding colour pops up with more information. This is a nice touch, as it is both clear and easy to read and visually linked to the respective data layer. The final point to be made about the map concerns the scale of the circles to depict impacts of a variety of different types of hazard. It is not made clear in the layout of the map whether or not the circles are accurately to depict the extent of the area of their respective impacts or just to represent the rough area in question. This is especially apparent when viewing Southern Africa. The circles are arranged concentrically in order to keep the map neat rather than having several layers overlapping. This is a design plus, as it helps prevent confusion when viewing several layers at once. However, the problem lies when wanting to view just a few layers of the map, leaving one area in question considerably larger than the central circle, looking instead like the circles are meant to represent different areas, and therefore leaving the design simplicity point lost in translation. So there you have it, 4 criticisms of the 4-Degree World Met Office map, analysing both good and bad outcomes. Overall, the map is appropriate for reaching and educating its audience to achieve a basic level of comprehension on the subject of climate change. This result is achieved through good use of colour, symbology and visual hierarchy, amongst other things. However, it may take multiple uses or a degree of practice to get the most out of the exercise due to the high initial cognitive load, cluttered nature of the primary map, combined with the possibility of a slight lack of appropriate guidance. However, as stated, it is an appropriate map and achieves its aims. Thanks for watching.